Son of a gun. Sitting here
Nope.
muted again.
Now I can hear
People
you.
in the boxes, everybody. What's up? Welcome. It's Friday night again, and we have episode number 12. And I'm going to repeat the few words I said before this. Episode 12, you guys. This is a topic-driven show with compelling guests, such as, but not limited to, our friend Jason here, and where the audience can come up and actually participate and speak their mind on the topic. So tonight's topic, you guys, you're always looking for it. We need it for the human race to survive. You can't always get enough of it. It's sleep, you guys. What do you? I mean, there's some innuendos I was trying to put in there, but Jason, how are you doing, man? How are you doing?
Doing good, buddy. Doing good. Waylon, how you doing tonight, man?
Pretty good. I mean, you've had a hell of a few days just getting back home, huh?
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about it, but
Anybody that is traveling right now by flight, plan on spending some time in an airport. Yeah, plan on spending some time in an airport, definitely.
yeah, that's probably definitely true. I mean, I can't imagine the with the shortage of pilots and
Mm-hmm.
the shortage of people in general. You know,
Yep.
guys, what's
So
going on?
today's topic will be a really good one. Yeah, I mean, between jet lag and sleep deprivation, losing sleep, you got time change, because I live in Michigan and I was visiting California for 2 weeks, so my body got adapted to that time change.
On top
So,
of the layovers and everything.
oh yeah.
How you doing, Paula? Hi, Kat. What's up, Kat? Kat, what
Hello,
about sleep,
guys.
cat naps and whatnot? I was supposed to have Mr. Jimmy Mead on with us, but for some reason he's not here yet. That's okay. You and I can easily do a show just about on anything.
Oh yeah.
And I found some really cool stuff to go over on this for sure. It's just funny because I like to try to break the norms or break the misconceptions about some of these topics. That's one of
Hmm.
the things I look at right away is like, what's the myth about this topic, or what is it what people actually normally think about it? Uh, Paula, I'm not sure I've seen you around. I appreciate you stopping in tonight for sure. Definitely. Oh, I should pin the link in case anybody wants to come up. Yeah, as always, we got plenty of room for anybody who wants to come up and hang out, just to say hello or to actually input on the topic. Um, there's one other thing I can do, but I can't remember. That's okay. Um, Anybody that wants in can come in now, so we're good to go. All right. So let me start by first thanking you. Thanks for stopping by, Jason. I appreciate you, man. I've messaged quite a few people, and not everyone can be consistent. So it's
You
all
know I'm
good.
here, buddy. I apologize that I wasn't here last week. Just with the flight, or 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Whatever,
I mean
whatever. So
it's
I missed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you told me
But
ahead of time and stuff, so it's all
yeah,
good. It's all good.
I'm gonna be here every week, buddy. Unless there's something major, I'm here.
Paul, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I've had a busy week and still a lot more to do. I don't think I'll be slowing down anytime soon, which is a good thing, actually. What's up, Sonia? How are you doing tonight? Hey guys. That's me. Okay, let me put that up. All right, let me share my screen over here. I, I don't know. What do you think? Does it seem kind of pointless to do this? Because no one's, I mean, people are going to probably want me to read rather than them reading. At least you can see what we're looking at. Anyway, I digress. I just looked up, it's from the Sleep Foundation. So I don't know how reputable, seems pretty reputable, but take it
Okay.
for what it is. Um, some basic statistics. A normal sleep period, a person experiences four to six sleep cycles. So you're going through these whole cycles like a roller coaster back and forth while you're sleeping. It's crazy. REM sleep makes up between 20 to 25% of total sleep. So if you can't get to that, then you're really not. I mean, you're not getting a whole lot out of it, I guess. Let's see. On average, we spend about 2 hours per night dreaming. Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like when you got into REM sleep or like a certain stage of sleep. Interesting. The key driver of the body's circadian rhythm. That's right. It's like I've never seen the word. I've heard the word, but never seen it. Circadian rhythm. Let's see. Or internal clock is the superchiasmatic. Super. Am I saying this wrong here? Let's see.
Where are we at?
Right over here. Suprachiasmatic.
Super charismatic.
There's no R. Maybe
charismatic? I don't know.
It's a word I've never seen.
Nuclear cell in the brain?
Yeah. It's made up of around 20,000 neurons. Wow. So that's your internal clock.
Super charismatic? I don't know. I got brought up on my TV too. So I got 2 TVs brought up and 3 phones and the computer. So if I'm looking over to the left or looking to the right, it's I wanted to be able to have the different screens brought up so I could do some research or whatever we needed to do while we were on here. Sleep's a big one, guys, and I didn't want to go too far into the dreams also because that's a whole nother show that we could do. But sleep is a major thing, and it goes all the way with foods.
You're kind of staticky. I'm not sure why.
Kind of staticky?
Yeah, kind of crackling as you're talking.
Let me see if I'll unplug this fan. Give me 1 second.
All right. So what's going on, everybody? Hey, feel free to give us your comments about sleep. So look, everybody has to sleep, so it's a pretty common topic, but it's not boring. I mean, people love to sleep. Like there's not a lot of things in the world that people, maybe I'll take that back. A lot of people love things, but the fact that it's such a enjoyable pastime to some people don't enjoy it, obviously. They have nightmares, but that's a different topic, like he said. What's up, buddy? You sure can, bud. Hey, give me nuts. That's right. Metabolism drops around 15% during NREM sleep. Non-REM sleep, I guess that's it. Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. I took a class in college, Psychology 101. And they did talk about sleep a lot in psychology, so I thought it was really interesting. This is here, your body temperature during sleep drops by 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Why is that even I guess why is that relevant?
Do you sleep better when you're hot? Do you sleep better when you're cold? Do you want a thin blanket on you? Do you want a thick blanket on you? Do you want no blankets on you? Your body temperature is a major thing. Now, my body temperature raises when I sleep. So it's different for each person. Is the static gone, Waylon?
You do sound better. Sorry.
Okay. Nope, you're good. So it's different for each person. Some people's body temperature drops. Some people's body temperature rises. Mine, I turn into a furnace in the middle of the night. It's unbelievable. Like it has become problems with bedding and stuff like that. We had to get almost waterproof sheets, liners and things because of the sweat. It's just something that happens. Yeah.
I do know some people that sleep hot. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I combat that, and later I actually have a different article that are 20 simple ways to help fall asleep. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they're going to mention drugs or, alcohol. Some people say, well, I'll give you an edible. Now, I haven't read this on today, but I'm pretty sure, and I've looked into it, and we'll debunk it today if it's not true. But I'm pretty sure marijuana suppresses dreams, and if you suppress your dreams, you can't quite get into REM sleep that well. So you're actually fighting to get enough sleep if you're medicating all the time.
So I don't think you're going to be able to debunk that because there's
Heard that?
mixed. Yeah, I've heard it. I've studied it. It goes back and forth.
Mm.
One scientist, one person, doctor will say this, the next doctor will say no. But it's the caffeine stigma. I'm drinking a Monster right now.
Mm-hmm.
After my 2 shows, I'll be able to go to bed, no problem. I know people that would, if they drink 1 Monster a day, they can't sleep all night long. I know people that drink coffee all day long. When it comes to bedtime, they can go to sleep with no problem. You know, so it comes in with that moderation almost, or your tolerance. You build up a tolerance.
The individual difference.
Yep.
Yeah, each person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm a caffeine person. I drink coffee, Monsters, Red Bulls all day long. But when it's time to lay down and go to bed, you best believe my ass is passing the fuck out. But I stay medicated.
I agree, but I think, and this is just me personally, if I get super, if I'm medicating throughout the evening, and I can pass out easily, but again, the word pass out, not go to sleep, because I can fall asleep, but I'll wake up like 4 or 5 hours later, I think, when it's worn off, and and then I'll toss and turn. So I'm a tosser and turner. I actually used to be very still. I would sleep really still, but
So now, do you smoke in the middle of the night or no?
No. I mean, like,
so you don't wake up and smoke?
No, because when I wake up and smoke, that actually brings me up for a little while. I'll be like, okay, let me sit down and watch something.
Okay.
It'll make me want to veg out or do something like that.
See, now right on my nightstand, I'll always have a roach, a half a joint, a pipe, my dab pen, my vape pen, something right there. So if I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel like, wait, I'm not just going to roll over and fall back to sleep, I'll go ahead and hit that real quick. But I don't get out of bed. You know what I mean? Once I get out of bed and find a lighter or find this or roll something up, that's when my body starts thinking, okay, make a cup of coffee, check and see who's online, check your emails, do this real quick, do that. But I have found that nicotine, using a blunt stick, that keeps me more awake than caffeine does. Cigarette smokers, when they're falling asleep in the car, when they're trying to fight to stay awake, they're going to smoke more cigarettes. They're going to smoke another cigarette. That nicotine helps them stay awake. So I have found that if I smoke a blunt during my nighttime SSS, it might give me a little bit of I'm kind of wired.
That's right.
But that's from the nicotine. That's not from anything else. So.
Well, and I found that if you're not used to, and it's hard to say this because they're saying that your body doesn't actually get used to things. It's being deficient on. It becomes deficient on the thing that you're giving it too much of, and so I saw something recently where, like, you can't say that it's not. I don't know. I lost my words, but it's okay. I'm thinking of the article I just heard about. It wasn't about sleep. It was just about in general. Your tolerance, a tolerance buildup is actually something else now they're talking about, but I can't remember the words.
Well, and it does relate with sleep too, with your tolerance buildup. Let's go to the military. You're not getting 5 hours of sleep a night. You're not getting 4 hours of sleep a night.
Right.
When that drill sergeant comes in, from the day you sign up and start your training, you are no longer on a sleep pattern. You are no longer on a sleep regimen. You do not have control of that at all. But
Hey everyone.
hello, Cat, after your first couple weeks, you get used to that. After your first couple months, you're into it. After you're half a year into it, you only get 2 hours of sleep a day, but your body runs on it. You're used to it. You're adapted to it. You got ready
Well,
to it.
I actually read that. Where is the myths? So speaking of that, this is actually where I read it. Your body, myth one, your body gets used to getting less sleep.
Yeah.
Really,
So
it's a myth.
yes. Research has found that a lack of sleep takes a
What?
toll over both the short and long term, demonstrating that your brain and body can't just get used to getting less sleep. After a few nights of insufficient sleep, you are likely to feel sleepier during the day. This increase in daytime drowsiness may stabilize over weeks or months without enough sleep. But this doesn't mean that your body is functioning on all cylinders or is effectively adjusting to sleep loss. So okay, so they might be splitting hairs a little bit because you could also say the same thing about eating junk food or
Mhm.
what there's a plenty a list of sitting down all day long is going to make you more tired
Yeah.
or
I
um,
think that I've definitely gotten used to the lack of sleep and like my little amounts of sleep. Like I know they're saying it's a myth, but I do the
do you think you would
same.
function better though is what they're saying? Do you
I
think
think
you
maybe
might?
my memory, like maybe memory wise, or maybe I wouldn't get so confuzzled and confused sometimes, but I think that's more of just my anxious and anxiety. I don't think that's really the lack of sleep. I think I'm never really a very dragged out, like too tired of a person because of it. Like if there's something to do, or as soon as the fresh air hits me, I'm just as awake as I would be if I slept for 6 to 8 hours. Actually, anytime I have slept for that long, say if I haven't been feeling well or whatever it may be, it's just made me have migraines and actually feel worse when I've slept now, like a longer amount of time, because my body's not used to getting that much sleep.
Kat, how are you? We
Oh,
didn't get a
I'm
chance.
good. How are you doing?
It's it's a weird dynamic where I'd like to introduce everybody, but I also would like it to be allowable for people to pop up randomly throughout the show, So it's
Yeah.
kind of tough, but anyway, doing all right. I like this topic because I find myself tossing and turning a lot lately, and some of it is the drink, the if how late it is that I'm drinking, caffeine or whatever.
For me, I have extremely bad insomnia. I've had it since probably junior high.
You drink like 20 teas a day. Are you sure that's not part of it?
No, it's insomnia. It comes with different mental illnesses and stuff, and PTSD and everything as well is definitely a big factor into, insomnia and restlessness and anxiety. Also, can keep you up late at night and all
My thoughts,
hours.
yeah. I have to, I find myself focusing to not think about the next day and all the things that I need to do or whatever it is. Um, Elise is right. I wanted to just sleep all the time when I was, we'll just say in a worse spot. Being poor can make you just want to sleep all day because there's what else you're gonna do, kind of thing.
Oh, definitely.
Um, but that's too much sleep. So I know some people can sleep a good 14 hours. It's so weird how what this is telling us we talked about it already, Jason. Each person is so individual, so unique that it's hard to say that this is like. But I guess they're talking in generalities here because I know some people that could go on no sleep a few days and then end up like making up for it sleep, which is like
Yep.
I know that's not a thing, but people do it anyway.
Well, that's what Melanie does. She just messaged me. Her phone's at 10%, so she's trying to get it charged. She don't know if she's going to be able to get it charged in time, but she door dashes at nighttime. That's her job. So from 9 o'clock at night till 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, she's out there door dashing 3 or 4 times a week. But then them other 3 days, she'll sleep almost 15, 16 hours, and recover it and be good to go, do it again, you know. And I know a lot of people like that. And that's back to the military thing, Waylon. You've shared the story with us about kind of drifting over the lane when you were driving the truck.
Oh yeah, bro.
And then woke right back up, or you were like, "Whoa, didn't realize it," and all that. So, what was your sleep pattern in the military? How, what was yours like when you were there?
It's kind of like you. Wow, yeah. They are not depriving you of sleep because they think that you're going to run just as well. They are doing it so that you can be used to how it is not having enough sleep. And it doesn't mean that they think that you're 100%. It means that they need people that can hop up and at the moment's notice getting no sleep and continue working. So
be able to function.
To answer your question, like if you're losing something, that when we're all tired, we're all driving, behind the wheel for 20 hours or whatever, like you can tell there's something missing, but you didn't have an option. It's so weird in the military. It's like the only job. Well, I'm sure there's other jobs like this, but it's very few jobs out there that when you're in there, you can't just say, "Hey, I quit. Fuck you. I'm out of here." Like you can't.
You can't.
Leave.
Yeah.
And so the same thing applies for when you're in a war zone or whatever. You can't just ask for more help. You can't make more units like in a video game. You can ask for more, and it might take months, and they did eventually bring us more, but you have to work with what you have, and so yeah, you'd be sleep deprived. I know. I think I might have joked about it too, where you could tell when somebody was falling asleep in the convoy because you would see their vehicle swerve, off the road, come back up. We have a friend in on the backstage here. Keisha, what happened to your mic or your camera?
I'm trying so hard to clean this bowl out, but I'm completely paying attention.
That's okay. I appreciate that.
And I can't even imagine
Hi, Keisha.
the type of...
Hi.
Hi, Keisha.
Can you guys even hear me?
We can.
I can hear you now.
This my Bluetooth's connected, but it's not. So I'm just gonna turn it off, I guess.
Yeah, I hate those things, man. They never work like you want them to. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
Paula says, why do people holler out in the middle of the night and are actual sounds like they're fighting with somebody?
So then you're getting into like sleep talking, sleepwalking. I've actually heard stories of people sleep driving their vehicle places, which is...
Wow.
I am an eyewitness. I am an eyewitness of it.
I definitely
My daughter,
sleep talk and walk.
You sleep talk? I could imagine.
Not so much anymore. Thanks, Waylon. I know I talk a lot.
It just would be funny to imagine you sleep talking. But we used to have a lot of people doing that in the military because you'd be in a room full of in like the training, you'd be in one big room full of people, so you know who is a sleepwalker, you know who's a snorer. The female barracks had this girl who would get down in the prone position while everyone's sleeping, while she's sleeping, and just be screaming to the drill sergeant, yelling her social security number out, drill sergeant, the whole thing, but while she was sleeping. It's insane. My daughter actually would sleepwalk, and she almost sleepwalked off the top of the top bunk. So you can't be a sleepwalker and be on the top bunk for sure.
No, that's not a good idea.
My ex stepbrother, he was 16 years old. We literally watched him get up out of bed from the security camera, walked outside of the house, got into the garage, had no ID, no driver's license, hadn't taken driver's ed yet, nothing. Hopped in the car, pulled it out of the garage, pulled it into another parking spot, come right back inside, climbed right back into bed. Seen it on the security cameras firsthand. Insane. So, I mean, it really, sleepwalking can be something. But, I mean, sleep talking, that could be a sign of a sleep disorder. It's called a REM sleep behavior disorder, RBD. And then sleep terrors come with that also. So if it's something that is causing major issues, you really want to go to a sleep doctor and try to get it figured out. You know, if it's talking in your sleep is causing issues, your nightmares, your night tremors, stuff like that. You know, there are sleep disorders. RBD is a major one that people don't even realize they have. They think, oh, it's just dreams, it's just nightmares. Let me get a dream catcher. Let me take some NyQuil before I go to bed. Let me take some sleep aid. You know.
It doesn't work. That's the thing. And
Mm-mm.
with a huge issue of mine is exactly the times that I used to get sleep and whatnot would be those night terrors and nightmares and waking up in panics and super anxious and stuff like that. And that's what, turned not only my mind away from sleep for a long time, but even my body, because the way I'd wake up feeling would be
Yeah.
worse than if I just slept for the 2 or 3 hours and didn't go into that deep sleep where I could have those night terrors and night dreams and stuff like that. I haven't walked or talked in my sleep that I know of in like a long time now. But when I was a little girl, I actually slept walked in the middle of the winter and ended up outside on my bridge with no shoes on or anything like that, just in like a nightgown type thing as a kid. And luckily my mother woke up. She said it was just like mother's intuition. Woke up, came upstairs and seen the patio door was open, and I was like standing outside like in the middle of the night, in the snow, in the cold. Like, pretty crazy what the mind can do.
Have you guys ever
Yeah,
seen Selena Spooky Boo on TikTok at all?
I
She like
don't think
makes
I have.
Mm-mm.
creates makeup and stuff like that. Well, she started showing her sleepwalking. She started recording her sleepwalking on her security cameras and started sharing it with people because she's like it's a huge thing and it's a huge
Mm-hmm.
deal, and having a partner who doesn't sleepwalk. So he sits there, you'll see him in the background and stuff, like just watching her to make
Right.
sure she doesn't do crazy stuff. Sometimes he doesn't catch her before she goes outside and runs across wherever she goes and stuff.
That's
But I
crazy.
mean, there's some serious stuff. She'll have conversations. She'll try and protect stuff, act like things are her pets. Like she has no idea though because she's sleeping, but her eyes are
It's,
open. You can see them. It's crazy.
if
It's
I'm not
crazy to watch
mistaken, it has
sleepwalk.
something to do with the part of your brain that causes paralysis while you're asleep is not working properly, and that's what is allowing you to like act out your dreams. Um, this says here instead of persistent oh, get off my screen. Sleep deprivation affects daytime performance, harming decision making, memory, focus, and creativity. With time, insufficient sleep can wreak havoc on diverse aspects of health, including metabolism, cardiovascular system, and immune system, hormone production, and mental health. Sheesh. And so it could be like a vicious cycle, because you could be having adverse reactions to the sleep that you're getting, and then
Hmm.
causing you to get less sleep, and then it causes you to go down further into the drain.
Right.
Well, don't they say like if you have a terrible diet, like you'll have terrible sleep because of it?
That's definitely part of it.
A lot of people say that, but I know a lot of people that have a terrible diet that sleep just fine. you know, so it's one of them things. Um, a lot of people are saying that, and I wanted to talk to Kat about it. Is um, sleepwalking is hereditary? So is that something that has come in your family before? Have you noticed it or not? This article right here is causes of sleepwalking include hereditary. The condition may run in your family. 65% of all sleepwalkers have it running in their family. I mean, 65% is a pretty low number, but that's still significant enough
Over
to say that it's
half, yeah.
hereditary. Right.
Yeah, it's still pretty high of a number though, over half the amount. I
Right.
actually have never heard or realized that before, but the sleepwalking thing, I always just figured it was mixed in with my, issues with sleeping. But no, not anyone that I've known of in my family, but I'm sure now hearing that there must be. Like, I definitely want to ask
Yep.
a few different family
And-
members down the line and find out about that.
That was a study done on January 22nd in 2021. You know, so it's a recent study that's been done. So it's not like it's something from way back.
Yeah,
everything I'm
exactly.
looking at is 20 is this year as well. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at the most recent studies on things. How long you sleep is all that matters. That's a
I
myth.
fully function off of like 3 to 4 hours every night pretty well. And that's broken sleep, like waking up once every hour, every half an hour. Like, you know, it's pretty crazy what you can function off of. I'm surprised that it's a myth about getting used to the lack of sleep. That's something I definitely.
What the fuck? Yeah, I knew it would happen someday, right?
My eyes.
Gotta love it.
Wow.
It's the confidence, though.
No, it's the fucking. Oh my god, they're not gonna come on with the real name or showing their face or anything though. None of us know who they are, you know. So
It says
really,
I
Oh,
click
God,
ban
that's
and it
too
won't
much.
let him. It won't let me ban him.
it's
from
not
studio.
confidence. It's just like they know we don't know who they are and shit.
Wow, that's the most excitement I've seen all day.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, guys. Internet. There you go.
So let's go through. Is it a myth that you're not supposed to wake
I'm not gonna
somebody
sleep
that's
after that
sleepwalking?
shit.
Is it a myth that you're not supposed to wake somebody that's sleepwalking?
I'm looking at
Kinda
myths
feel
here.
like it's a
How
myth.
long you sleep is all that matters. The next one was, it doesn't matter when you sleep as long as you sleep enough hours. Those all seem similar. A good sleeper doesn't move at night. Your brain shuts down during sleep. No. Dreaming only happens during REM sleep. Here, let's do this. Cat's gonna have nightmares all night.
All
I was
night.
just looking at some of the comments and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my fuck. What is
Lisa asked if
people's
Jenna brought him
comments?
here.
I was
I
thinking
love
that
it.
too.
Hey, Natasha.
I've never
Hi,
had that
Nicole.
happen before, and I've been on lives and shit
Jenna,
for like a
yeah,
nice
well,
few years. I've
that
never
just
been up
happened
on a
recently
live
to
and have had it
Samo.
happen.
Well,
Yeah,
I've had it
heard Samo
happen.
talk about it. It's probably the same fucking person.
Mhm.
Sorry, am I swearing? I'm ridiculous. I'll calm down.
Paula missed it. Paula, well,
You're
I'm not
lucky,
gonna-
Paula.
I'm gonna have to delete this. Well, shit, I can't. I'm gonna have to.
It'll be interesting.
How I want to know? Okay, so he had it like loading. He
I would
somehow
take the
he
link
had it to
down.
where it wasn't. Yeah, well, that's on me. That's all on me, guys. I'm sorry, Jeff. That's your fault, Jeff. Hey, Natasha.
It's not on you, Waylon. It's not on you, Waylon. Like you don't.
Yeah, don't you worry about it.
Do
No,
that.
no, guys. It was totally on me because I have to in the future. If I cannot see the person in the backstage, I cannot be adding them onto the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's totally me. I don't even know what to do about
Was it Ruckus?
It could be.
Ruckus finally showed.
If it was him, I
All
don't
right, so
want to
he's
know.
still
'cause-
here.
He was here. Where you at, Ruckus?
No, not Ruckus. This other dude's still here. I have to get on YouTube now and go get him off of here.
Well, Waylon, I was
Oh,
going to say,
Jesus
how
Lord.
long has this live been on?
45 minutes. We've barely been scratching the
Yeah.
surface.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, of course, it's up to yourself. I didn't know how long it was running. You could always.
We're on Twitch and YouTube. I'd have to do.
You're just going to delete it off all of them.
Yeah.
It's all right. Shit happens.
Well, I'm going to. Well,
You could start a new live and
I can save the video and I can edit that out and then repost the video.
Just the video itself, yeah.
Thank you, douchebag. Poo poo. Poo poo. No.
Where's that? Is he in the YouTube room?
Yeah, he's a.
All right.
Douche.
I got you.
I'm trying to find it later. I'm
reporting
stressed
him.
out. I'm stressing
Reporting him
out.
for
Jason's on
pornography.
it.
It's probably like his 20th
You
fake
hear the
account
clicks like
anyway.
this, like
You guys even called it too. Like someone even said, "Oh yeah, like could be a penis or some shit," and I was like
I know
laughing. and
Waylon
it
like
popped
immediately.
straight
He's
up.
like, "Man, I have a bad feeling about this."
I should have took him back down as soon as I saw it loading. Dude, that was also looking pretty sad, bro. You're
Yeah, like seriously, grow before you show, dude. Grow before you show.
Yeah, we don't want no wrinkles.
Yeah, like what
you're
the
on the
fuck?
channel.
No wrinkles. You're lucky
You're
Melanie
gonna be
wasn't on
showing
here.
it off. At least make it worth showing.
Right. Why can't I find it on fucking YouTube?
Because it's not an easy. If you search the title PITB space FEP number 12, if you start searching that title, you'll find the channel. How do I report this guy on this one too here? I don't think those reports are going to go anywhere since it's on YouTube. All right. Well, we're learning here, guys. We're learning here.
Yeah.
It's only episode 12.
First of all, Jeff, it wasn't a pick. Secondly, you got way too excited about it. You're like a little bit too into that, buddy. Too much, Jeff. All right, so I want to go back here and look at the ways that we can help people asleep.
I need you just for 1 hour.
Yeah, I deleted off YouTube. I don't know how to. Let's see, block user. There we go. How is he still here? Like I literally. Okay, he just posted again, but I didn't even see what it said.
Mr.
Okay.
Pepino was blocked. He just got it.
Perfect. Yeah,
I
just
blocked
seen
him
it
on
come up.
StreamYard now, so at least that's good.
Yeah, sorry, Waylon. I just seen it pop right up on my screen there. I didn't mean to. Anyways, we can move on along. He's blocked off of the comments note there.
So there's a lot of like herbs and stuff you can take to get sleepy. Natural remedies.
I've never had much luck with the natural, and as much as I've wanted to, and a lot of people, have suggested different things, but I'm always open to trying anything to get a better
Oh my
sleep.
gosh. So this person that is an admin in the Can of Queenship, she owns a business. It's called Zen Blends. And she makes this sleep aid, and she took a video of it, of her taking it and then her sitting there falling asleep, and then people have reviewed it and said that it works pretty amazingly.
Really?
And it's all natural stuff. I don't know what she has in it, but I'm sure she could give a brief description for people who have issues sleeping.
Yeah, cool. Anything, is worth trying, especially when it's natural stuff. I've never taken anything in years, like when it came to like medications for my insomnia and whatnot, because I have to take other meds that I always found interrupted with that anyways. So I've just kind of fought it out with the sleep.
So our wonderful new friend has just been spammed with Ucorn.
Good. He probably already has all those.
No, not YouPorn. Ucorn.
Oh.
Yes.
Corns and bunions.
So we'll find out if he's smart enough to click on that link or not. So we'll find out.
Well, with the way he was talking, it seemed like a foreign guy, which doesn't really mean anything.
His Facebook profile doesn't show foreign. So that's the thing. People don't think that we can get it through. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, we can find you very fast.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you're a hidden name or not. So, yes. You want his email?
No.
Okay.
Definitely unnerving, but we'll figure it out. I'll delete him off of it, and next time I'll do better, you guys.
Oh, you're good.
You're fine.
I'm in the YouTube chat now too, so we're good.
That was the only person there. Let's see, we have 11. Says we have 2 in YouTube, 1 in Twitch. What's up, Twitch?
It even says, remember to guard your privacy.
Let's see. I'm not going to watch the video because somebody will copyright claim me. Let's see. Lower temperature. See, we talked about this earlier. Definitely something that I do. I like to make it. I like it cold because I like to want to be bundled up in the blanket.
Yeah, I
Is
can't
that like the
sleep
security of the blanket that you like? The weight of the blanket? What is it that you like to be bundled up?
Maybe, I don't know if it's security, but I like my feet covered by the blanket.
Oh, okay.
I like it up to my shoulders.
Now, are you a fan guy? Do you like the fan on you all times, all year round?
Yeah, I like air circulation for sure, and I think that's
Okay.
one of these on the list here.
Mhm.
It still says your body cools down, but when you lie down, it says you lie down and warms up when you get up. Well, it's kind of opposite for you, Jason.
I find when I wake up, like if I go for a little nap or something like that on accident, if I wake up from it, I'm like super cold. Like I'm like, like going around. Why is it so cold? But usually just for the first few minutes, like after waking up.
Well, this says, holy shit, you guys. This says, if your room is too warm, you might have a hard time falling asleep. Setting your thermostat to a cool temperature between 60 and 67 could help.
60 and
insane.
67? That's way cool. Like that's
I have zero heat on when I sleep.
okay. So what's
Zero.
your air conditioner set at? My air conditioner is set at 69.
Mine's at like 74.
Okay.
69, 239.
Mm-hmm.
60.
Sorry, it's just automatic. Like,
yeah, Joe, you missed something. You probably won't. You can, if you go to YouTube, Joe, you can record.
Don't go back.
Rewind and the worst part about it was I was panicking trying to find how do I take this off again? Shit, I know these buttons. What's
like he wanted to put his hand up, was like, cover the camera.
I literally I like put my hand over that and just like turn my screen away. I was like, oh, like as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, so I was like, fuck.
Well, again, I screwed up because I should have just done this.
I was honestly confused at the beginning.
This would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have plenty of time.
It was just a panic moment for all of us, Waylon.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting it. I don't know. I should expect.
But you were, because you mentioned it.
Yeah, we just hope that it wasn't. We just gotta hope for the best. You expect the worst, hope for the best.
And then
this continues.
That really sucks because YouTube's on like a 4-second delay.
What's that mean?
Like you really could have saved it from going on YouTube.
How?
Being on a delay.
But I don't. You have to have.
Oh, you can't pause the YouTube one?
No, there's no way to pause any of it.
Oh, just a cut feature.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because right here you have a cut feature right there that we can cut anything out of there.
So later I can cut it out of there. Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if I can do it on Facebook too. I'll have to check.
Yep. You could actually do it right now.
But Twitch, I guess I'm just not gonna care. Well, no, they'll flag it too. I think they got worse, or they got more. They got more crackdown on their nudity on Twitch. I'm not gonna read all this about temp. I mean, it goes into detail.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep.
Okay, here you go. Individual preferences will vary. So find the temperature that works best for you, right? Okay, take a warm bath or shower could also help speed up the body's temperature changes. Well, yeah.
No shit.
Okay, so as your body cools down after, it can send the signal to your brain to go to sleep.
See, I always much rather, like, I need it to be cool. If I even know that the heater is turned on in my room, like, even if it's just on 10 and the lowest it'll go to 5, I cannot go to sleep. Like, I just can't even close my eyes. I have to get up, turn the heat completely off, and then I can go to sleep. Like, I don't know. I need it to be cool, and my brain just has that programmed in a way, for sure.
Interesting.
Okay. Sleep efficiency refers to the amount of sleep or amount of time you spend asleep in bed as opposed to lying awake. Okay. use the 4-7-8 breathing method.
No, I've never heard this. This is interesting.
No.
Dr. Andrew Weil developed. It's a simple but powerful breathing method that promotes calmness and relaxation. Might also help you unwind before bed. It's based on breathing control techniques learned from yoga, and it consists of a breathing pattern that relaxes the nerves and the nervous system. It can be practiced at any time you feel anxious or stressed. Okay, well, I know breathing has a lot to do with a lot. Here are the steps. First, place the tip of your tongue behind your upper front teeth. Okay. Two, exhale completely through your mouth and make a whoosh sound. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a punchline at the end of this. 3, close your mouth and inhale through your nose while mentally counting to 4. Okay. Okay, inhale through your nose. Okay. Number 4, hold your breath and mentally count to 7. Number 5,
They're trying to
open
make
your
us
mouth.
pass out.
Well, I'm like, what is?
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to figure out how you can exhale with your tongue stuck to the back of your teeth.
Yeah, I couldn't make it
Hoosh.
with the tongue.
Hoosh. You can't make that noise.
I think it's not saying that you're going to make the sound. I think it's just saying that you attempt that sound.
No, it says completely through your mouth and make a whoosh sound. It doesn't say try to. It says you.
Come on now, make one. You ain't making a whoosh.
I just can't do it. So these steps will not work for me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Jay, I know what you're talking about. Those
Paula says the noise machines.
Yeah, I go to Spotify for free, and there is a 12-hour white noise channel that has white noise and pink noise and brown noise, and that's not what you think, Kat. I can see it on your face. It's not what you think.
I didn't even say anything, but you're calling me out. Just for
you can call me out because I don't know what the fuck colored noises are. White, pink, green, brown. What the hell's that?
It's different. Like they're different calming. So like white noise is kind of staticky, and then pink noise it has ups and downs, and then brown noise is okay. I'm not an expert. Guys, go do your own research. But anyway, they have all background noise.
I thought that's what you were here for, to tell us.
Well, I haven't pulled that part up yet. I'm just saying.
So each one of the noises is different. A different person would find that calming or whatever and help her sleep. Is what you're saying?
They're like some are way too much water, like big drops of rain and stuff, and it makes me want to have to pee. I can't take that. It's got to be for me. It's got to be like a nice hum, like a background, like fan sound or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess some
waves,
people like
trickling
ocean noises. Sorry, Keisha?
I said trickling brooks or waves crashing.
Okay.
The wave crashes. There's one of those, but then they throw seagulls in there every now and then. Like, damn it, it's gonna fucking me up. Like,
now I've heard other people too, like people that grow up in the big city from New York and Chicago, that live in downtown, that they moved to the country and wasn't able to sleep because they needed noise of the city. They were used to that. And so is there like apps and that on there too? Is that one of the colored noise, like loud noises of cars and trucks? And
a bunch of them are free, but then there's a whole bunch of paid for ones. So
I'm sure you could get different ones like louder, like car noises, like a city and stuff like that.
Mostly,
definitely.
all I heard was like some are like there's nature where you hear like all the crickets and the birds whistling and stuff like that. Like it's in the morning, but that just makes me feel like it's time to wake up. I don't know. It's different noises. So I'm just going to read the last 2 points on this 4-7-8 rule. So after you've held your breath mentally counted to 7, you open your mouth and exhale completely, making another whoosh sound, and mentally counting to 8 this time. Repeat the cycle.
Damn, I'm going to get lightheaded.
So he wants you to repeat that 3 times. It's crazy. It can relax you and help you fall asleep. it can relax you because you got to like stop everything else you're thinking about just to try and do this. It's like what was I mad about again? Fuck, I don't
I
know.
would go into a panic attack because I'm short on breath. I'm a smoker here. Come on now. Hold my breath for 8 seconds. Shit. Maybe if I got a fucking blunt hit in there.
Many people find that setting a sleep schedule helps them fall asleep easier. I would just miss the
Absolutely
schedule all the time, and then I would
Yep.
feel anxious about, oh no, it's almost I'm past my bedtime. Oh shit. Like it would just be that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Paula says, I have one with the old clocks. WRN TikTok. Sounds like a bomb.
Like a old grandfather clock, the TikTok type of clock.
Yeah.
See, that noise actually makes me super, like, I can't, if I'm in a house and it's quiet and I'm just hearing a tick tock, like, I'm like, I need to leave. Like, I don't know. That would not.
Yeah, it drives me insane. Drives me insane.
Me too. I'd rather someone just be like
or
screaming.
water dripping in the sink.
No,
Somebody's sink that just constantly drip. Doom, doom, doom.
I'd stay up for the
Oh,
rest of my life.
yeah. It would figure out how to fix it. I put a washcloth underneath it so you can't hear it no more. And
Yeah, so there's really relaxing noises to help you sleep, but then there's also a lot of irritants and things that could be totally against you trying to get your sleep too. And it could be something as simple as a leaky faucet or a neighbor with a TV too loud or freaking, there's so many things that can also interrupt
a woodpecker outside is one of the worst ones.
Hey, don't say pecker. It's I'm very sensitive right now.
Yeah, I don't have too much of an experience with that this evening.
Now there's so many things in retrospect I wish I would have done, like kept him in the backstage and just talked mad trash about him while he was sitting in the backstage, and I'm the only one that can see him. Like that should have done, but hey, hindsight, right?
No.
But you did see him right away.
It's all right, Waylon. Don't worry about it. That's your first one. Be proud. Be happy that somebody thought we had enough viewers here that it was going to make a difference.
Yep.
I think he just was really attracted to me,
I mean, wouldn't be the first one, right?
Where is...
Hey, it happened on episode 8.
Waylon's not here right now. Waylon, the indoor farmer, is probably here, I guess.
What do you want, Jay? Let's see, where we at? Okay, schedule, experience, both daylight and darkness. Light can influence your internal clock.
That's
yes, ever well, it can actually. Okay, I'll tell you a story directly. So overseas, thanks, Jay. Appreciate that. Maybe later, buddy. So keep it wet for me, though. Wow, Jay, you better keep that ready to go. Anyway, in the military, we were driving a lot, right? So sometimes we'd have night missions. Sometimes you'd have day missions, and night mission, like you'd be so tired driving all through the night. But I always remember when the sun came up, I would like get my second wind almost. Like you would get energy. Like I don't know, it's a weird sort of a return of your consciousness. Like because there were times where I was like fighting like hell trying to stay awake, and then finally the next day would roll over because a lot of times I'd be driving like the upper command or somebody who wasn't going to be taking a turn. That's for sure.
Right.
They weren't going to take their turn. But yeah, so that's kind of like somewhat what this is talking about. I think that makes sense.
Okay.
For me, like I can be up all night long and not feel one bit tired or like I want to go to bed. But as soon as I see that like the sun is starting to come up and it's soon going to be light out, automatically like I can go into bed and start to fall asleep knowing that the night is over, because my my mind and body is on that schedule of always being asleep before the sun rises, but always being awake still while it's dark and so late into the night. As soon as the sun starts to rise, or I know it's about to, I'm like, oh yeah, time to go to bed, and I can end up passing out. It's very strange what the schedule can actually do, for sure.
I still think you just drink too much tea.
Now, does
This
that
is
affect your
long.
job, Pat? Has that affected your job at all, your career, or anything like that?
In the past, it definitely has, made things difficult. There was times like going to school and working that I would be in school all day long, work all day after school, still be up until 2, 3 in the morning, which is earlier than what I go to bed now. And then waking up again, like supposed to wake up 7 or 8 a.m. So I usually would always end up being late for school. Like I missed a lot of, even when I was in college, like trying to wake up early again seemed almost impossible most days.
Okay.
What's you got
What are you doing there,
something
Waylon?
Waylon?
I'm gonna look up to see if there's any videos of crazy sleepwalkers.
I thought you were about to like. I was like, you're on the big screen with that, right? Like, if you're trying to do anything with what
I was
happened,
trying
you're
to find
about to
out what
show it
time.
again.
I was looking at the time, actually, just there. Looking at the time stamp.
He scared me for a
We're
minute.
gonna delete it. No, I wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just go sleep. Eh,
But yeah, Jason, it definitely has affected me in ways like now my sleep schedule and being up like until 4 or 5, 6 a.m. I would never be able to go back into college, university right now, or go into a job again now that I would need to be there 7, 8 a.m. Like it's just not going to
Right.
happen. I do not go to sleep until 5 or 6 a.m. I'm never going to be a morning person and never have been.
okay.
Like if I'm up
Right.
in the
Folders. It's
morning,
all
it's
free
because
on
I
the
haven't
internet,
slept.
Jay. You don't need folders anymore, buddy. I clicked the wrong folder. No. You need a paper route. Okay. I don't know if I should watch any of these because they're probably all going to be copyrighted. But there are a lot of them. I just kind of was curious, like
Oh, sleepwalking videos?
record. Yeah, people get it
Yeah.
recorded all the time. It looks like.
I don't say
Mm-hmm.
a personal video would be like a copyrighted thing, would it?
You're man. I don't even know. I get copyright claims every time I play Freezy's music, which I have permission for. So it doesn't really
Yeah, but they
matter.
can't actually prove that just by us saying it. It's kind of different.
Let's get to the. This lady looks like she loves sleepwalking because she's in a few of these videos.
That's Selena
Not,
Squeaky
just,
Boo.
yeah, that's
Oh,
just
is
hanging
it?
out. Oh, that's the one you were talking about. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's her probably.
So she does sleepwalk. That's what you were saying
She
earlier.
seriously
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Well, that's not gonna. Anyway, let's go back to here. Actually, let's finish the myths. More sleep's always better. I know that's a myth. Snoring isn't harmful, and you can't do anything about it anyway. We all know that's a myth.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Snoring is very harmful, and you can do stuff about it. So.
Yeah. I didn't know it was
Never heard of
harmful.
this. Obstructive sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of sleep apnea.
It's, I mean,
You're getting staticky again for some reason.
Yeah, it was. I was just about to ask if he was cutting out for anybody else.
snoring can cause major with breathing, and it has actually been linked to heart murmurs too.
We lost you there for a
So
minute.
You're cutting out and getting kind of staticky for some reason there, Jay. Can you hear us?
what's that?
You're getting
Yeah,
kind of
let me try now.
staticky and
Yep, all good.
okay. Well, we can wrap this up, guys. Yeah, but there's a lot to be said about finding your individual like how you work best on sleep. Like Kat, I'm gonna say that you probably. I'm not gonna discount what you're saying. I just think that we all have a lot of like inputs that we bring upon ourselves that change. Like I think if I quit smoking weed, I think I would sleep better because what's happening is I'm relying on it for the first half. But then Jason brought up a good point. Taking a toke
I
in the
would
middle
never
of the night,
sleep.
you would never sleep. You need some sleep,
No.
Cat.
No,
Cat.
I wouldn't if I didn't have like bong toes or dabs or any kind of like THCs. No, like my nightmares and stuff would be so bad with my lung collapse. And I could
Right.
barely, take a puff of any, like not even a draw or anything like that. My nightmares and the things that were going through my mind while I was trying to sleep. And this was even, for weeks after, not just at first. But yeah, it was pretty, but that's what helps me sleep. Like a lot of people with insomnia and different sleep disorders. Now, for other people, it could make them more anxious or paranoid or whatever trying to sleep. Everyone is different when it comes to like cannabis and with their sleep as well. Everyone's different for sure.
Do you take naps?
Mm-hmm.
Not unless I'm like not feeling good and end up dozing off for a few minutes and then I just feel horrible.
It says napping is not necessarily bad, but you can't use it to cope for regular sleep deprivation. So they're basically
No,
saying you
Kat,
can't. Go ahead.
yeah. To go back to your using cannabis for a sleep aid, you're saying that you wouldn't be able to sleep. Do you track your cannabis, like what cannabinoids are in it and what terpenes and things like that? Because your sleep aid actually comes from CBN. It's not the actual THC, it's not THCA, it's CBN in it, and CBN acts as a sleep aid. It fights free radicals in the bloodstream, controls pain, suppresses muscle spasms and convulsions. It slows inflammation. CBN is a very, very good one. It's in a lot of indicas. Very high indica strains have CBN in it. If you decarb your weed, if you're making edibles and decarb it a little bit longer than normal, a little bit higher temp, you're going to pull more CBN out of your cannabinoid or out of your cooking it when you're
Yeah.
decarbing. So that really helps with your edibles, making them more of an indica effect.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
I was just
actually I
wondering if
have heard.
you practice it all.
Yeah, I have heard of the CBN actually before and about it, like with, indicas helping more with the insomnia and sleep and stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
definitely haven't heard about CBN, like, or didn't think of it now in a while to look into the higher percentages of it, and especially with the edibles and whatnot, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good thing to track. No, I honestly, with weed, as long as it's been like something that is, I don't know, just been a good quality and has helped me sleep throughout the night. That's pretty much, usually I do go for indicas and stuff though, definitely.
You also have your terpenoids or your terpenes. Cupinine, that is also has a sleep aid in it, and linalool, LINALOOL, that also has sleep aid in it also. So there's a lot of things. You can look up terpene education or cannabinoid education.
Yeah.
There's a lot of links and everything on it that will tell you exactly what terpenes are in each flower, what cannabinoids are in each one, what each terpene is good for, what each cannabinoid is good for. And actually, all regular food has certain cannabinoids and terpenes in it. It's not just leaning towards THC.
Yeah.
So, depending on what you're eating every day, what you're drinking every day, that stuff can cause an effect too. And if it
Oh,
has certain
definitely.
terpenoids in it, it could help with tumors and fungal and antiseptic system, and anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. So it's not
Wow.
just a sleep aid, if you want to get
No,
that deep into
exactly.
the THC and things good diving that way.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing with
Mm-hmm.
cannabis. There is so much to it, the actual medical side of it, and then of course your recreational. But yeah, it's helped me extremely. When I've grown my own, that's something I definitely looked more into, was what was I going to grow more personally for me and with my issues, and especially with the sleep and whatnot. But it's a little bit more difficult just getting getting cannabis from wherever it may be and trying to find something with all that information. But it's worth looking more into, definitely.
Yep. I would recommend just by listening to you on here, just a couple minutes that we've been on here, I would look up the Cupinene, Q-P-I-N-E-N-E. Right here I got, it's sleep aid, what you need, anti-anxiety. Sounds like you got very, high anxiety and stuff. It's a sedative. It gives anti-convulsant, stress reliever, anti-epileptic, anti-convulsant times 2, and anti-inflammatory. So that is one of the most powerful terpenes that you could get for just in general. Body aches, pains, all of that. Stress relieving. That's what, and that's for anybody, I think.
That's always so confusing to me because CBD is what they always say for pain and stuff, but terpenes are for that as well, and it's hard to know what, so you're saying there's multiple factors of pain relief in the plant,
yes.
not just the
plant. Definitely.
Yep. Oh, definitely, and that's not even just the plant, the terpenes too, and now you can extract the terpenes because we have to go with all natural terpenes in our plants, in our vape carts, in any of our edibles. You can actually buy straight terpenes from companies now and add them to your food, add them to your flour, add them to your, whatever you want to get that medical benefit from it. Add it to your drinks. It's not just smoking cannabis or doing anything like that. You can get it without the cannabinoids if you want. But like you said with the CBD, Waylon, they're saying that it controls certain cancers, it eases pain, stimulates bone growth, stops growth of bacteria, suppresses muscle spasms, slows inflammatory, reduces blood sugar. I mean, you can go on and on and on for days about CBD. So there's so many different aspects that CBD does. But then you have the THC, CBN, CBC, CBG, THCV, THCA. There's so many more cannabinoids that are in the actual plant to be able to use. That's where your topicals come in, your edibles come in, your lotions come in, and each patient is totally different. What works for one person might not work for another.
That's saying this right here. Actually, it's crazy how it's saying Black adults are twice as likely to describe sleeping too little and 60% more likely to report sleeping too much. That's crazy. That's like both sides, both ends of the spectrum. And then here's, for some reason, they have a chart by ethnicity for less than 7 hours of sleep.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, who gets the most? Hawaiian Pacific? Is that what that says?
No, that's saying that they have the highest percentage of people that get the lower than 7 hours.
Oh, the least. Wow.
Yeah, so
what they get the least, and white people. Okay. Interesting.
Reporting getting less than 7. Yeah, okay. 42.6% of single parents. What did Joe say here? They are blending organic terps. Most of the time, the real ones are very expensive. Oh, so you're saying you buy the fake or the synthetic terps?
Oh yeah, they're very, very expensive. It's
workers in production focused industries. A lot of them get less than 7. Active duty members actually get more sleep than the production focused industry. It's funny. Sleeping disorders, 10%, 30% of adults struggling chronic insomnia. 30% to 48% of older adults suffer from insomnia. Wow. Okay. Well, I think we've basically beaten this see statistics about sleep. I mean, there's a lot more to talk about with sleep, but
What's that? What did they say? 100 what? 135,000 what? Or no, jet lag right there. Most often affects people when they fly across 5 or more time zones. No, I experienced jet lag, just 3 hour time difference. Going back in time 3 hours. I experienced it. And it's every
jet
time.
lag is worse when you fly eastward because your circadian cycle is slightly longer than 24 hours.
Okay. When I flew to Vegas, when I flew to California, each time it's horrible. Horrible. And I was literally in Vegas for 24 hours and it just kicked my ass.
Yeah, that's still
Okay, have a great night.
It was unexpected, and that's probably what part of it. 57% of men and 40% of women snore in the U.S.
I think that's low. I think it's higher than that. I don't think it's I don't think it's reported.
Nearly 60% of people with frequent heartburn say that it is a negative effect on their sleep. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. What's this? Premenstrual syndrome makes women at least 2 times as likely to report insomnia-like symptoms before or during their periods. Very weird. So you can't sleep.
Interesting.
50% of pregnant women experience insomnia-like symptoms. Okay. Children, okay.
I snore too.
Who cares about them kids? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Did it say 17 hours? Is that what that said? What the hell?
Where are you looking at here? The top one?
The top.
Babies need 12 to 17 total hours of sleep each day.
God damn.
Toddlers
17 hours of sleep.
So jealous.
Preschool, 10
Yeah.
preschool. Babies born premature may spend 90% of their day sleeping. Yeah. 25% of young children have sleeping problems. Huh. The age of 13 to 19, average total sleep per night drops by 40 to 50 minutes. Okay.
Lisa says she wakes herself up sometimes. I do all the time. I think that's why it's hard for me to sleep on a plane or in a train or in an Uber, Lyft, anything like that, because I know that I snore and I don't want to bother somebody. So it's. But I had bought a sleep bed, one of them adjustable ones, and if it had a certain setting, it did stop the snort.
So ADD, ADHD, 70% of those kids have sleep problems, mild to severe. Makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mental health and sleep. Yeah. Well, that's probably 75% of adults with depression suffer from insomnia. Oh wow. So Lisa was saying the other way around, but I'm sure that happens as well. More than 90% of people with PTSD related to military combat have been found to have symptoms of insomnia. There we go. Statistics about sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene includes both bedroom environment and sleep-related habits. Optimizing sleep hygiene can play an important role in addressing sleep insufficiency. 78% of people say they are more excited to go to bed if they have fresh-smelling sheets. Okay. More excited. Across a large population of sleepers, 54% of total time in bed was spent sleeping on their side. 37% was on their back, 7% on their stomach.
I'm a back sleeper.
Yeah, I can't sleep. I used to sleep on my stomach. I can't anymore.
No.
93% of people say that a comfortable mattress is important to being able to get quality sleep. Well, yeah, I mean, surprised there's not like a commercial right underneath this. Like, click this link and go see a Sealy mattress. Okay. Caffeine has a
A
half
5-minute warning, Waylon.
Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much good to go. These are just fun statistics. What's this one?
Clean blankets.
Oh wow! Look at all in 2020. In 2020, the number of sleep aids sold in the U.S. 750 million.
Wow.
More than that, actually. It's more. It's like, yeah.
And look at how much it rose, though. Like drastically from 15 to 2020. That is unbelievable.
80% of people who take the prescription sleep meds experience residual effects like oversleeping, feeling groggy, or having a hard time concentrating the next day. Yeah, of course. So they took medication to help. Okay. Basically the same thing.
Shift workers struggle a bit more than day shift workers with sleep. I can agree with that statement. I would definitely think that statement is true. I'm sorry, just as Facebook user, I don't know who you are. You did not give StreamYard access to your account.
I did, and I did the same thing, and it still showed me up as Facebook user. So, it's weird. All right, guys, that's Macy. I knew that was.
Macy, hi, Macy.
Yeah. Use smartphone apps to help keep track of their sleep. Interesting. Sleep trackers. Okay. All right, that's good enough,
I think
guys.
that's a lot.
I'm gonna have to do some work now.
In case you disappeared.
I'm not really sure. I don't know. I guess I could just leave it on YouTube only, and cut, and that way I can use the on YouTube cut or whatever. Acacia is still there, but not there. I can't see Acacia. Acacia, have a good night if you can hear us.
Bye, Acacia.
Okay, I'm talking way too close to the microphone. Okay. Yeah. So I'll talk to you here in a second. Let's just wrap it up. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry about that again. And hey, shit happens, right? Have a good night.
Hey.